Well, it's been a few days, but it looks like we got another one. Dear non-HOA member Mr. Briggs, it has come to our attention that although your property lies just outside of the official boundaries of our homeowners association, you are nevertheless benefiting from our contracted street sweeping service. As you may have noticed, and we're most certain you have, our streets are maintained on a weekly schedule paid for exclusively with the dues from the HOA community members. While your property does not fall under our jurisdictions, your home is adjacent to our HOA property, resulting in unearned aesthetic benefits and debris reduction at no cost to you. Please understand this is not a free service. Maybe for y'all, but apparently for me it is.
That is crazy. We demand the following. We demand the following. Do not park on or in front of your house, especially during sweep days, every Monday and Thursday. 2, we require you to donate to our street maintenance fund. We require a $75 monthly payment plus an extra $25 inconvenience fee for being a non-community member. This can't be real. A total of $100 a month to offset the indirect usage. 3, acknowledge that while not bound by the community bylaws, your participation in maintaining the visual integrity of our shared environment is most pertinent. Hell no, I would tell them to fuck off. Get that shit out of here. A board member will swing by later this week to collect. Absolutely not. A comment here says, place a notice saying all unsolicited letters and flyers are subject to a $300 fine on this property. It's perfect.
It's none of your business.
It is.
No, it's not. You don't own this land. You can't trespass me. Now get out of my face.
No. I have a resident, or he says he's a resident, that he won't tell me his name, and he's being belligerent. And
I'm not being belligerent. I'm talking nicely to you, just like you are.
Not wanting to obey our HOA rules. I'm down at the pond speaking to him now.
Where did you even come from?
Do you have a cell number for Brad? Well, I think they're already coming, because I think the neighbors that alerted me to it have already called them, but I'm not 100% sure.
It's probably the same one that confronted me before.
If he's truly a resident, then he's not trespassing, right? But he won't give me his name or who he is.
Because you just threatened to fine me if I gave you my name.
And
so you're going to make up some rules.
To do about it,
let's see what happens.
He won't listen to the rules.
What's the penalty for practicing with my brand new fly rod in the town, in our neighborhood's lake that I pay for?
Why is it always these boomer-aged white people? Always.
What's the fine?
If you have it, would you?
What's that fine?
Give me a call?
Yeah. What's that fine?
Or just text it to me. Okay. Thanks.
Yeah. What's that fine?
Don't know. We've never had to find anyone because no one else has been as belligerent.
I'm not being belligerent. You came up and
you don't get fined for being belligerent.
And bothered me while I was practicing.
Do you understand that this lot that this sits on is owned by the HOA and the board
that I pay for? The
board
that I pay for.
Yeah, you pay your dues, assuming you won't tell me, so I can't say for sure, right?
If you haven't figured out by now, you're pretty dense.
I'm sorry, I don't pay attention. You've said you've come to board meetings. I've never seen.
I never said I came to board. I said I came to a board meeting.
Okay, when?
A long time ago.
Years?
Nope.
Okay, so this is.
Yeah, that guy goes to all the board meetings for sure.
I'm trying to explain to you.
I understand.
We decided
perfectly.
this year that we can't have
I understand that perfectly.
We don't know whether someone is just practicing
I'm not
or whatever.
fishing. And I've just told you that, and you're still insisting on calling the police on me, and you're still looking to harass me. Did you ever heard of fisherman harassment too?
No, never heard of it.
That's a public Ohio law. If you harass a fisherman, that's against the law.
Okay.
Did you know that? I suggest you look that up.
No idea.
Yeah.
No idea.
That's against the law. You cannot harass. If I were fishing, you cannot harass a fisherman because that is harassment of a fisherman, which is in the code in Ohio against the law.
So I'm not allowed.
You're breaking the law.
Is that true? No person shall purposely prevent or attempt to prevent any person from hunting, trapping, or fishing for a wild animal as authorized by this chapter by any of the following means. Placing oneself in a location in which he knows or shall know that his presence may affect the behavior of the wild animal being hunted, trapped, or fished for, or otherwise affect the feasibility of the taking of the wild animal by the hunter, trapper, or fisherman. Creating a visual, oral, olfactory, or physical stimulus intended to affect the behavior of the wild animal being hunted, trapped, or fished for, affecting the condition or location of the personal property intended for use in the hunting, trapping, or fishing activity.
The law.
By telling you not to fish.
Correct. It's none of your business.
It is.
No, it's not. You don't own this land. You can't trespass me. Now get out of my face.
No. May I?
Get out of my face, or I'm going to get upset. Okay?
Listen.
Leave now.
No, I'm not
Leave
leaving.
now.
I'm a resident.
Leave now. Okay. Then I'm going back to practicing my fishing, and you can have a nice day. Deal?
Not a deal.
Okay.
Every single holiday, this lady complains, sends people over to complain, because apparently we're not allowed to enjoy our own backyard. The kids' ages are 9, 10, and 8
Hi,
years
Clay.
old,
This is Shirley.
and they are not
I'm
allowed to
sorry
have
about
fun
you.
or an Easter egg hunt in their own backyard,
With the screaming cats.
because she's claiming that we're not allowed to utilize our own backyard. Backyard.
With the screaming cats.
Because she's claiming that we're not allowed to utilize our own backyard. So I just wanted to put her on film and let people know how this neighborhood thinks that you pay all this rent.
She can't have her doors open and enjoy? Then close the door. Why do your doors need to be open?
Enjoy your own backyard. You're not allowed to have Easter in your own backyard. Can't have an Easter egg hunt. Nothing. So I just want to make sure that everyone sees this lady.
I told her I'm on the board. What does that matter?
We're not allowed to enjoy our own home that we pay $2,250 a month for. It's crazy. Plus all the bills, the electric, the garbage, the gas, everything. And we moved here to take care of my son who has suffered an anoxic brain injury. But we're not allowed to enjoy our home. Not
Irrelevant.
in the least little bit.
Can I say something, please?
Yeah.
I just want to say that when you live in an area like our homes with very small lots, you have to be considerate of neighbors.
We are being considerate.
You're not
They're
being
not in the backyard hardly ever.
You're not being considerate.
But on holidays
you're
they
not
are.
being considerate when you're letting your kids scream at the top of their lungs, and the neighbors cannot sit outside and enjoy the day. That's all I'm saying.
They can sit outside and enjoy the day. They're just going to hear kids playing in the neighborhood. The people who behave this way don't have children, and they're resentful of the fact that they do not have kids.
When we were kids and running around, at least when I would scream like that, my parents would say, shh, you can play, but you've got neighbors around. Be considerate of your neighbors. You're not being very considerate when you're doing that. And there's 3 people. There's one person that has 3 people have neurological issues in
And so
their
does my
brain.
son. He's off it.
That's irrelevant as well. It doesn't matter if you have a neurological issue. People don't need to change their behavior that are in your neighborhood unless you're in a special 65 plus neighborhood that has a bunch of HOA rules. If you're in a neighborhood where families are allowed to live, there's going to be kids there. It's your responsibility to put yourself in a different area or situation to deal with your neurological disorder. The noise that I'm hearing in the background in this video, if that is what she's hearing and if that is what she's complaining about, then she's going to need to move. If it was happening after 10 o'clock, that's a different story.
Well,
Suffered an
maybe
anoxic
your
brain
son
injury.
is used to it, but there's one here that has a really bad neurological issue. Do you want to get the bill from the emergency room for that if something happens and he has to go into the emergency room because of stress that you're
Because
causing?
of kids playing in the backyard on Easter.
That's the type of threat that you give your kids when you're leaving the mall and they're not following you. Okay, I'm just going to leave you here. Go ahead, send her the bill. She's not going to pay it. She's not responsible for it.
You're
for
not
an Easter egg
getting,
hunt.
you're not
Okay.
getting the point. What I'm saying is when you have to be respectful of neighbors. You have to be respectful. We live in tight quarters here.
So move.
It's ridiculous, and I don't care. I am Shirley Ontiveros. I'm the treasurer on the board of the HOA community here.
HOAs, they're absolutely ridiculous.
She's threatening her.
No, we
You
are
know when I
trying to
moved in
have
here,
consideration
when I
for
moved
our
in here,
neighbors.
not one person at the
They're afraid of
rental
you.
place told me.
They're afraid of
One
you.
person told me
That is their fault, and we
that this was an HOA
we've
house.
also they didn't tell you there
No,
was an HOA.
they didn't tell us that.
Well,
I'm willing to bet she's the same type of person that will make posts on Facebook about how kids are awful these days because they're just sitting on their iPads and phones and screens.
Got another HOA horror story for you. So I recently just had my driveway extended, like yesterday. It took a month, actually over a month, to get approved because I kept getting rejected, but I finally figured out what the rules were. That was on me. And I got my driveway extended per the parameters of the HOA guidelines, which is it can only be extended 3 feet on either side from the existing driveway. So I extended it 3 feet on either side using the same type of materials that the original driveway was constructed with when we bought the house. So I had a neighbor walk by and looked at my driveway, and she was just like, hey, just so you know, I don't think, this is allowed. And I was like, oh no, I got the HOA approval. I had to submit a whole application.
Why do people care about these things? Unless she's giving them a heads up to say, hey, just, hopefully they won't say anything to you, but just as a heads up, you're not allowed to do this. That's helpful.
And a mock photo and like the vendors with a schedule. I had to submit a whole application with a sketch and a mock photo and like the vendors proposal and all that stuff. It's like, yeah, but it looks too big. And they said the only rule was I can only be 3 feet on either side of the existing driveway. That's my extension zone. And I cannot go to the sidewalk. I have to stop before the sidewalk. So I'm well within that. So yeah, but it looks a lot bigger than the other driveways. And I'm just like, yeah, and? I just don't think I'm comfortable with that. And I was like, ma'am, you're not even on the HOA board. So yeah, but they're going to be hearing from me. And I was like, dear freaking God. So I'm going to make it my mission to make sure this woman never gets any position of authority on the HOA board as long as we live here. But this woman, whenever she walks around the neighborhood, I guess inspecting her fellow neighbors, making sure they're following the rules, she takes her really loud, obnoxious little dog, like it's a Chihuahua, which is like my least favorite breed, to each their own, like I have no problem with people owning dogs. She lets it crap everywhere and doesn't even pick it up. So now that I know that she does that regularly, I also know that actually is against HOA guidelines. So I'm definitely going to be recording that and sending that to the HOA like every time. Because, hey, you want to mess with me, Betty, we're going to go toe to toe.
Oh boy, what do we got this time? Dear non-HOA resident, subject immediate compliance required for garage door regulations. Oh, this is going to be good, you just know it. We are writing to address a significant violation regarding the garage door at your property. It has come to our attention that your garage door is being left open for extended periods of time, which is contrary to the community regulations set forth by the local HOA. Our community guidelines that we can happily provide clearly state that garage doors must remain closed at all times except when you are actively entering or leaving the property. This rule is in place to maintain the aesthetic integrity and security of our neighborhood. Open garage doors can detract from the visual appeal of our community, create safety concerns, and attract unwanted attention to your property and those around you.
Yeah, but that's their deal. If they don't want stuff stolen out of their garage, then they can worry about it.
We understand that it may be convenient to leave the garage door open, especially during activities like yard work or when expecting deliveries. However, our rules are established for the greater good of the entire community and to ensure that all residents adhere to a standard.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about the greater good. Start making the argument that, oh, it's for the greater good. We're going to take away your rights. And we're going to control you. That's not the greater good.
That promotes a pleasant and secure living environment for everyone. As a resident in proximity to our community, you are expected to adhere to these same standards to ensure a cohesive environment for all. Your continued non-compliance not only violates our regulations, but also demonstrates a disregard for the collective well-being and harmony of our neighborhood.
You see? It's about the collective, the Borg.
We're required to take the following actions immediately. 1. Keep the garage door closed at all times when not in active use. The door should only be opened when you are entering or leaving the property. 2. Review the community guidelines. Familiarize yourself with all the rules and regulations that help maintain the order and appearance of our community. 3. Notify the HOA of compliance. Confirm in writing that you understand and will adhere to the following rules to avoid any future violations.
Don't do that. If this escalates, you want to be able to play dumb and deny that you ever even saw the notice.
Yeah, that's 3 things I'm not doing. Failure to comply with this directive will result in enforcement actions, including potential fines and other measures to ensure adherence to our community standards.
We'll take your
Repeated
house.
violations may lead to further legal action to enforce compliance. It's funny, they can't enforce something that I'm not a member of. This matter requires your immediate attention and compliance. Yeah, into the garbage you go.
Next time you complain about your HOA, I want you to remember this house I'm about to show you. So I'm here in beautiful Garland, Texas, a suburb of Dallas. You've got some nice starter homes built in the 70s. Okay, not bad, not bad. Okay, yeah, this is a nice little place I could see raising my family. Let's just keep going. What is this? What the?
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. I think he zoomed through that fast because it looked so good. Yeah, that is sweet. Year-round housing. Why would you not want that? Your comments agree. I will take that over an HOA any day. That looks great. That doesn't bother me at all. I don't know them, but I guarantee they are awesome people. 100% they are going to be awesome people.
If you needed a reason to not buy a house in an HOA, let me tell you what mine's doing to me right now. So about 3 days ago, they sent me a letter in the mail with one page that was full of pictures of my house. I've covered up most of my house, but as you can see here, it's this one and there's 2 oil stains in my driveway. Now, in that letter, they told me I have until today to get those oil stains removed from my driveway before they find me in violation of my HOA regulations, which wouldn't be so bad, except for the fact that those oil stains have been there for 7 years since I bought this house. Those oil stains are not coming out. I have tried everything to get them out. I have pressure washed them numerous times. I've paid people to pressure wash them. I have bought acid and dumped acid on it. Like, I have literally done everything. If those oil stains were going to come out, they would have come out by now. And my HOA has literally said absolutely nothing about those oil stains until
just pour oil down the whole driveway and make it one color.
Now. And so what this means for me now is that tomorrow, when they do their little drive-by audit in our subdivision, when they see that those oil stains are still in my driveway, they get to now charge me an HOA violation fee every single day until I can get the oil stains removed, which isn't going to happen. So now, on top of my normal mortgage and my normal HOA fees that I already have to pay, I'm going to have to pay an additional daily fee for oil stains that have been in my driveway, the driveway that I own, on the property that I own, for 7 years.
Homeowners associations are above the law, and they can basically make you do whatever the heck they want. Homeowners associations create bylaws, and if you live in a community with an association, you absolutely have to abide by them. I recently had a client come to me that wanted to sell his home because he got fined for sidewalk chalk, having a bike on his porch, and having a tomato plant on his back deck. And did you know that those associations are typically made up of people that live in the neighborhood that get to enforce those rules? Every now and then, they can get a little power hungry. I was actually on the board of a community that I lived in several years ago, and there was this fuzzy little guy that wanted to make life hell on everybody. He was handing out fines like they were friendship bracelets at a Taylor Swift concert. And if you don't pay those fines, the homeowners association has the ability to put a lien on your home and potentially even foreclose on you. If you're buying something that has an association, you need to know what you're getting into before you do it.
This type of power attracts a certain type of person, and those people are the ones that are going to try and climb up that ladder. People who are working full-time and are in powerful positions at work because they're succeeding at their jobs. People who have 2 or more kids, and so they're busy working and dealing with that, are not the types that are going to be presidents in the HOA. It's the people who have nothing better to do, and the people that need to find some source of power in their life.